Greetings, everyone. My name is Miguel, and I'd like to introduce you to our new podcast. And joining me is my co host.
Yeah, natural.
And today we'll be talking about youth empowerment. This is going to be our first episode. And we are from St. Kitts and Nevis, and we are happy to be a part of the podcast community. And yeah, so let's dive right into it.
Well, when I take a look out there and I see enough you going through difficulties, I see nothing being put in place to empower the youth them. So I find it best to come on social media to even give the youth them an idea how to deal with their situation that they battling the youth them out there. I want to tell parents out there to sit down with the youth them and share their fault, their wisdom and experience, so the youth them could live with life and cope with life in a more better way. Obviously,
Yeah, I totally agree. As you said earlier, that parents should tell the youth about the experience. I can still remember, um, only knowing things about my grandparents' past. When I ask them, they don't really talk about their past. And I think that parents should start telling children about their past, what they've been through, and letting them know that they even have life better now than how things used to be back then. I think children are so privileged now because back then, parents had to go through a lot of different things, right? They used to have to carry out the animals, right? Go and wash their clothes by the standpipe and all these different type of things, even in the river. But now, the young people don't ever have to do that. They can just throw their clothes in the machine. They can wash how many times per week. Back then, you couldn't do that. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes we take, the young people take this thing for granted. I think because they don't know about any other life other than what they're experiencing now. So sometimes, even with the little challenges that they think they might be having, it can't compare to how life used to be back then. So I think parents, talking about their experience can be definitely helpful to the young people.
and I see it again, parents now deal with the youth them in a way like dealing with them in a humane way by beating them when they disobey. The youth them only disobey because the parents them is the mirror, and the youth them is the reflection. Because the youth them only act upon where they see. The youth them could never do nothing new. Because in household, parents will use bad language, and when the youth them use the same bad language, they beat the youth them and they using them in the home. So automatically the parents them creating the youth them and blaming the youth them. Because if the parents now used to sit down with the youth them and tell the youth them the things, as he say, we used to experience, the youth them will understand and the youth them will follow the same trend and even be more comfortable in this time here, because as he said that they got access to a lot of things that we didn't have access to in the past. So if the parents them take that responsibility, the youth them could be good youth, because not for the youth them now. The youth them go up on TV, the youth them go up on social media, and when the youth them start to act like they're on social media and become like a character on the TV, the parents them also beat them up too. When the parents them leave them home and go to work, having them watching the TV, so automatically they become like the characters them, and the parents them beating the youth them, not even knowing that it's unnecessary to beat the youth them, but to teach the youth them in the right way, because parents afraid to tell the youth them what they've been through. If a mother have sex with 20 men out there and get a lot of children, and her young daughter following the trend, she beat up the daughter because she saying no that the daughter is a whore. Because the daughter is a reflection of she. That is the reason why she beat up the daughter. But it's better. It's got better ways you can deal with that matter by sitting on the daughter and tell the daughter I've been through these things, and these things cost me a burden having 10 of you and can't feed in your father, leaving me as a single parent. And if you continue, you will end up a single parent too. Or you see?
Yeah, I agree that parents usually do things, and then when the children start acting like them, they start, acting like they're confused as to why, their children are acting like them. But I would just like to play devil's advocate when you spoke about, social media raising the children and the parents going out to work and leaving the children at home. Yes, it's true. But at the end of the day, parents still need to go out and earn money in order to raise their children, and that's the difficult part. It's like a catch-22, because yes, the parents need the money, right, to raise their children, but it's also important that parents spend time with their children, right, in order to raise them and look over them and watch them and kind of monitor, the things that they are doing. And yeah, social media now is so filthy, because there are no filters. Your children are really exposed to everything, and but in reality is the children are smarter than the parents. So sometimes the parents don't even know how to block the children from seeing certain things, right? And parents can't even operate maybe the computers or the mobile phones to the level as to which the children can access them and operate them. So sometimes parents can't even put something in place, you understand, without some real help. You know what I mean? But I think that societies as well, we need to go back to the era when society used to help raise the children, and parents, they are to blame in a lot of aspects, because nowadays when children are beaten in school, the parents would prefer to leave their job. They can go to the meeting, but they can leave their jobs to go to the school and argue with the teacher, argue with the principal, you understand, about beating their children, not knowing that their children are always late, not paying attention, and they're misbehaving. The parents don't want to hear that their children are doing wrong things, so they prefer to just go to the school, quarrel, make noise, rather than just disciplining their children. And nowadays, if someone on the street say, hey, yesterday I saw your daughter or your son doing something that they shouldn't be doing, they were misbehaving or conducting themselves in an inappropriate way, the parents still don't want to hear that. Oh, you watch my child, why you don't watch your own child? So like, how can a society really help to raise the children when we really need society to do that? You understand? So parents need to start learning to accept the fact that, hey, when my children mess up, I'm going to deal with my child. You understand? And the child should be kept in its place. Now, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, there's things saying that they should not be saying. And a lot of times the parents are there and they don't even correct their child. The parents don't want, to hear anything bad about their children. You know what I mean? And then when the children start acting out and make them look bad, then, they want to break off their neck.
And again, too, the parents, them know that education is the key. And the parents, them sometimes see the youth out in the yard playing, knowing that he been to school today. And some of them will not ask the youth them if they have homework, what they learn in school to do today. So if education today was difficult, they could assist them in a way to even make it for them to comprehend. So next time when they go back to school now, they could go with the flow. But parents focus on the things that are not necessary, because some of the parents now we go with a friend and gossip, and all that time that they gossiping with their friend, they can take that time and even read a book, bring some understanding to the children them that are going to school. But they find that unnecessary and find what is not necessary. So I want all the parents out there to acknowledge this and don't just take it for granted. Take it in consideration, because the youth them today, they need you assistance. You need to assist the youth them in the best way you can, because the youth them going astray every day. A long time the youth them used to read the Bible. 3/4 of the children them today ain't reading the Bible. They don't even know who is Jesus. They don't know who is God. They don't got no understanding about what the Bible talk about. And they find it necessary to be a gangster. Some find it necessary to be a prostitute. Because sometimes the parents them slack up on the youth them, and when they slack up on the youth them get their own way. And when they gone too far now, the parents say, no, come in the house. Go live with the man. And then when they go live with the man and get 5 more picnic, the man throw them out, so they gotta go back to the parents and become a burden to the parents, when the parents know when the parents should discipline them and guide them and protect them and show them the things that they're going the things that will come to them, and to help them to go around it than to bump into it and crash into it. Because the parents them don't show the youth them that. The parents, as I tell you, some of the parents them will do bad and hide it from the youth them, and when they see the youth them now start reflecting the badness, they beat up the youth. When them supposed to be the one to set a proper example, they refuse, because the Georgie over there, Carla, and she gone over to Georgie, and 5 hours she spent over there with Georgie talking about somebody business and how somebody live, and you know. But if you take that time and use it for a good cause, the youth could come a teacher, a doctor, it could come respectable in society. Society will respect the youth if you put time into the youth, but if you leave the youth to itself, the youth can't go. Just like a tree. If you have a tree in a pot and don't give it no manure, no water, the tree will just stay funk and eventually die out. So it's the same thing with a child. You got to nurture a child in the best way, so you could profit off of the child. If you leave the child to yourself, you'll never profit off of the child. Right?
Yeah, it's funny that you know, a lot of the parents spend more time on social media than even, you know, trying to spend time with their children, trying to see what's going on in their books. Parents are actually, you know, they browse Facebook all the time. They're on WhatsApp checking people's statuses and all them different things, and their children are just there. You know what I mean? It's so sad that social media is so addictive. You know what I mean? And even grandparents, you know, on social media. You know what I mean? And that's really sad. You know, and well, as we're on that topic, you know, I mean, I think that we can forget to mention the fathers, right? I think that it's important that fathers play a role in their children's life. You know, too much. I think fathers are so sensitive. You know, I mean, you know, they'll get 2 or 3 children by a woman, right? And then they'll leave the woman, and then they don't want another man to come and date the woman because I don't want anybody around my children, right? But the reality is, but you don't want to be around her, and then you don't even want to come around to show your youth right from wrong. You know what I mean? I think fathers, you know, really need to grow up. You know, men need to grow up and take responsibility, because the mother can't do it by herself. You know what I mean? Sometimes that mother might have 2 or 3 different jobs just to make ends meet, and because the father, they said, man, with the mother no more, I can't have sex with her, so me gonna pay, you know, the child support this week, me gonna pay it next week. If I got here and I want to get the money and she ain't gonna have sex with me gonna pay the child support. Then what you expect the mother to do? You understand what I'm saying? She got to go out, go try to make ends meet, find another job, an extra job on the side, and then guess what? The children are home during the night by themselves. What you think they're going to be doing by themselves during the night? Yes, they're going to be on social media, but if they're not disciplined enough, they're not going to do their homework. They're going to be outside talking to their friends, and they're just going to get in trouble because they're idle. You know what I mean? And it's clear, it's evident that children respect their fathers. When the father comes they talk and they raise their voice. They always, do what the father say, and they show the father a different type of love. So even though the father may not be, living with them per se, they should still, ask and call and check what's going on, visit the children often, and spend time with them and contribute the way they should contribute in order to help raise good young people.
Because the father who set the order, if the father is not present in the home, the family, the home will always be a broken home. The mother will always struggle. The children will always struggle. When the father is there to play his part, the children and the mother will always be comfortable, because the father is the provider. The father is the one supposed to make ends meet. If the father is not present, the mother will suffer. And enough of these father now.
And when the mother suffer, the children suffer.
Some of the father them out there now. Sometimes I wonder if they don't think. Because some man don't think with the brain, some man think with the private part. Some man now don't know the condition that they're in poverty. Sometimes they don't even have a house, Sometimes they don't even have money in the bank, And they will get all like 10 children still. Knowing life is so difficult when you have too much kids in a time like this economically, but they will still go through it. You see some fathers now who have 10 kids and don't want to work, want to be home, sitting on the street smoking weed. Sometimes I ask myself, what kind of father them they be? Because if you have so much kids, knowing that your kids need food to eat, clothes to wear, and you not playing that part, I consider them to be wicked father, because it's like unselfish father, because you bring 10 youth in this world and you bring them here, watching them, knowing that they need food. As he said, another man will try to assist the mother by getting a relationship with the mother, but with your ignorance and arrogance and stupidity, will you try to avoid that? No, and you're not playing the part, but the Almighty blessing, and you're trying to tear down she blessing. And again with the fathers them out there again too. Sometimes fathers are the cause a lot of things. Sometimes the father himself no even support the youth, and when the youth come big and the youth come progressive, he say, damn youth. Sometimes the youth them disown them too. And I don't give a youth wrong when they disown the father, when they come big, when the father don't look after them. Because a father is supposed to know that if you bring a child in this world, you're responsible for it. Alright?
Not at all. You know what I mean? I think fathers, they're just happy to say that, hey, I have a son, I have a daughter, but they're not happy to take the responsibility. You know what I mean? And as I said before, if the parents suffer, the children suffer. You know what I mean? Sometimes fathers think that they're hurting the mother, but they're actually hurting the children, because the mother ain't got no money to pay the bills. Or the children can't watch TV. They can't study at night because they don't have electricity. They can, go out, with their friends if there's some school activity, the children can't pay to join the school activity. And then the children are embarrassed in school, and, that kind of like stifle their ego, their confidence. And then then later down in life, you wonder, why my child is like that? But you didn't know, because of the different things, the hardships that they went through while growing up. You know what I mean? So I think fathers really need to step up to the plate. And I'm a father, and I'm happy to be a father, and I'm going to try my best, and let me not even say try my best, I'm going to always be in my son's life, because I understand the importance of a father being in a child's life, and I can't be out here preaching that fathers should be in their children's life and not doing the same thing. So I'm going to definitely be in my child's life,
And again too, you got some father out there who smoke weed. Some of them will give their youth weed to smoke. When you give youth weed to smoke at the early stage, it ain't about you making your son Me want you with some father say, me want my son be like me. You know? Yeah, if you want your son be like you, do positive things. Don't do the negative things, because when you do the negative things, the impact we're going to put upon your youth now. When you see you're a bad man and you become a bad man, people firing shot after you. People going to be firing shot after you too, because when they kill you, then kill your youth and you don't got nobody to represent you. So the best thing, you take that opportunity where you get pan out to be a good example to your youth. Show your youth how to survive, because if me got children, if I have 10 children in this economical time here, if I have 10 children, I will teach my children them a trade. Teach them even how to farm, teach them how to build a house, because you can make your youth self-reliant at a young age. Because if you have a youth or 2 youth, you buy some goat for them, you buy some sheep for them, you buy rabbit for them, you buy something where they can rear and make money from, you buy some fish for them, you give them a plot of land, you know, you show them how to survive. Because you got a saying, say, they don't feed a man every day, they don't give a man a fish every day, give him a fishing line, you know, if I give him a fishing line, he himself can survive. But if you have the youth them now not organized, when the youth them go, the youth them gonna always depend on you, and the youth them gonna always living in your house, because you never taught them how to go about owning something for themselves.
Yeah, that make a lot of sense. I think that parents really need to set positive examples and be positive role models for their children, and that's very important by teaching them something. Like, think about it, when you got a son, the son always want to be around the father, right? When the father going out to do some type of work, the son want to come behind the father. He want to help the father do something, and I think that a lot of the young people are getting in trouble because they don't have anything to do. Imagine if the father used to take that son with him, send him to some kind of maybe guitar class, piano class, and all these different type of things. You kind of get them to love something other than the streets. You understand?
Be self-reliant.
And be self-reliant. You want them to, because look, if you ain't grow up with a skill, then you know what I mean, you can't survive anywhere. When you have a skill,
but when you're young,
you could take that skill international.
But when you're young, you're supposed to sharpen up your youth when you're young, because when a tree get big, you can't bend it no more, you know. It's only when you're young you can twist and bend it, because it's flexible, you know. So at the young age, you sharpen up the youth in what in need to learn. If, as you say, if the youth want to learn how to play instrument, how to sing, how to farm, you give them the encouragement until they reach successful. When they leave school now, they have something to rely on. You know, but some of these fathers now take the time and do a lot of unnecessary things. Some of the fathers them want to stay on the street side smoking weed. Some of the fathers them will just loaf their life away. Some of the fathers them don't want to even walk. And it hurt me sometimes, because I know that you as a human being, if you don't walk, you will suffer. And if you know not providing for the youth and teaching the youth how to survive, the youth them will also suffer.
Yeah, and I think parents also need to support the young people in their ideas and all this stuff. I think that sometimes, I know parents sometimes, the way they come up, they might not have a lot of opportunities, but we're having a lot of young parents now who went to university, who went to school, went to college and stuff. But I think the parents out there, I think they need to give the youth a chance. I think a lot of parents, when the youth go to them and they say, oh, I have an idea, I want to start a coffee shop, I want to do this business, I want to print t-shirts, I want to open a barber shop. The parents say, oh, where you going with that? Oh, you're going to cost so much money. Oh, nobody going to support you. You know what I mean? I think parents need to support their youth, and so they give them that form of empowerment from a young age and make them believe that they can be anything, they can do anything, you know what I mean? Because you're not too young to do anything, So I think parents need to really support the youth them in their vision and things they want to do, because I think that can only be a good outcome.
And otherwise, some of the parents them to stop telling the youth them things to break them down. I need, as you said, tell the youth them things to build them up. Because youth, a parents will tell the youth that you're stupid. And the youth will think that he's stupid just because the parents keep telling him he's stupid. And the parents them will tell the youth them that you can't do it. And the youth them in the mind go with this mentality that they can't do it. And the parents them will tell the youth them now, you was a sissy. And the youth them will take on this mind as there as a sissy too. You see where I come from? So words can go into people and germinate and bear fruits. So why not telling the youth them the things that they need to empower themselves with than to use words to break them down? Words are very effective. Even to parents and all, it's very. It could come offense when you tell someone that they are stupid. Like if you tell a man today, "Boy, you're stupid," a man will chop you up, backs you because you're insulting him. So telling a child that the impact of that word we give the youth a low self-esteem, and the child could grow up with a low self-esteem. That's why you see sometimes the youth them are so shy, because there is no one to give them a confidence. Because words can give you confidence and words can break you. So if you plant this seed of confidence in the youth them, when they grow up, they're gonna be confidential. But if you place the seed of low self-esteem in the youth them will always be shy, and can't deal with society in the right way. They will always be pushed around, and trampled upon because the shyness, But if you show them now how to be confident, when they go among society, they know how to cope and they know how to stand out.
Yeah, I totally agree with everything he's saying. You know what I mean? So parents out there, support your children, listen to them, be in their life. Help them, motivate them, encourage them, check on them.
Call them stupid.
Don't let your youth go astray. So Natural, any last words before we end our first episode?
Yeah, man, just pay attention to the youth them, Because the youth them need assistance, And always encourage the youth them. Don't discourage them in no way. Don't use no bad language to the youth them. Because the youth them are tree, The youth them need good nourishing to grow properly.
Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed listening to our first episode, and we have a lot more to talk about, such as men in society, empowerment again, women, business, building yourself, polygamy, marriage, religion. So we have a lot more to talk about. So stay tuned, subscribe to our YouTube page, and like us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, so that way you can stay up to date with our latest episodes. And please comment so we can know what you think about our episodes, and we'd like to hear from you. We'll try to respond to some of your comments as well, and we do hope you enjoyed this first episode, and we look forward to having you on our second episode, our next episode, which is going to be very interesting. This is our first time, so as we go, we're going to get better, and we're going to keep it raw and real, the Caribbean way. So thanks again for listening. Stay tuned.